Nako mga nakatag, alam natin na Filipino designers are making waves talaga on the global stage at nakaka-proud, weaving creativity and culture into every piece they craft. At ang guest natin today is no exception kasi makikilala natin ang founder and CEO of Kandama Collective. It is a sustainable social enterprise redefining fashion one weave at a time. At ang maganda sa ginagawa niya, he's uplifting indigenous communities and proving that fashion can be both stylish and socially conscious. So, let's unravel the brilliance behind Kandama Collective. Good morning, Victor Baguilat Jr.
Morning. Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much. At
Thank
talaga
you.
naman, alam namin busy ka, pero nag-allot ka ng time para
Yes.
naman ma-interview namin kayo dito sa Tag
Thank you for
91
having me.
Point.
So again, Victor, good morning. So
Good
ako
morning.
yung unang magtanong kasi proud na proud ako sa suot ko
Ang
ngayon.
ganda.
Ang ganda
Oo.
talaga. So, okay, unang kong tanong, namin pala, pwede mo bang ikwento sa amin ang story behind nitong pangalang Kandama at saka ano ang nire-represent nito?
Yung pangalang Kandama stands for power. It means power in Tuwali, which is the local language in Ifugao, in Pakinggan. So, kaya we picked power kasi parang we wanted to facilitate the empowerment of indigenous women in the community. At the same time, we want the people who are wearing it, just like you, me, and ikaw rin, Caribel, to feel their power, that they're powerful, and at the same time, they're also giving back to the community. So it started conceptually in 2016, pero officially launched in 2017. We were incubated under the Singapore International Foundation. So it's really for social entrepreneurs. So dun siya nagsimula. Tapos I was in law school for 4 years. Tapos I felt like, I'm too fabulous for law school.
I love it! Oo, yun pa naman sana tatanungin ko because I've read your background. Family of lawyers.
Yeah.
Oo.
Yeah,
Si
so my
Victor.
brother and my dad are both lawyers, and my mom and my dad met in law school. Then of course, syempre I have uncles na lawyers
Yes.
too. So parang, in the family, it's a currency to be a lawyer. So feeling ko junior ako. So parang I have to be the best representation of my dad. Then I realized, parang hindi ako happy. So I got like depressed in my parang 4 years into law school. Na I felt like a fish out of water. Na it's not for me. Na I should be doing something better or something that's more aligned with my creative genius. So parang feeling ko it's designing. I wasn't sure initially kung what kind of design. I thought it was interior designing first.
Okay.
And then eventually nag-fashion design.
Oo.
So yun.
Was there a specific aha moment mo nang nangyari yon? Were you studying ba for an exam and then you realize, wait, iba yung gusto kong direction? When was it and ano ba yon? Baka pwede mo ikwento.
Okay, I don't say this, but I'm gonna say it for the love of you.
Exclusive on Tag 91.1.
Exclusive pala. Bumagsak ako ng isang subject. like for it's parang I do okay naman in school, but it was my first time to flunk in a subject. And flunking means na I have to extend for 1 more year.
Okay.
At hindi alam ng magulang ko yan.
Ayan na, ngayon lang po
Dito natin nalaman.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So, parang feeling ko, that was my sign. I was secretly looking for a sign, from the universe, from the higher being.
Yeah.
Kung what's the path or something, if I'm gonna stay or not. Then I realized, because yun yung nangyari. So, it's not meant for me.
Yeah.
Ang ako sa ginawa mo na itong traditional na Ifugao weaving na style at saka hinala mo sa modern fashion, ha? So, paano ka nagstay, personally stay inspired na binabalance mo itong dalawang mundo na yung traditional at saka yung modern fashion?
Yeah, I think one of my philosophies is innovation is key to preservation. So the thing kasi I really have a Ifugao heritage but I would go to Ifugao like once in a while, like I did not really like stay in Ifugao.
Yeah.
Para siyang I wanted to reconnect with my roots. So parang being exposed to both worlds, feeling ko allowed me to try to marry both. So yun yung I think that's how I was able to balance it. And then in 2017, initially, I was just a social entrepreneur. I wasn't into designing yet.
Mhm.
And then it became, I guess, like too expensive to collaborate with the designers too. So I just decided to design myself. So there was an open application for Melbourne Fashion Festival. Um, Tapos I just sent sketches. And then they accepted the sketches. So it was for indigenous designers talaga. Then I realized, okay, maybe I have a thing for designing
Yeah.
talaga. Kasi, I mean, natanggap ako.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was my first
Oo.
international show.
So, fashion with a purpose. Yan,
Yun.
pwede nating masabi. Ito ang isa sa probably mission ng Kandama Collective. So, ikaw ba, ano yung naging rewarding probably moment that you've experienced working with the Ifugao weavers?
I think it's also important to mention that we have our own weaving centers. So we don't just buy fabrics from the weavers. We have training programs. We have women empowerment programs and basic and advanced weaving programs in Ifugao, specifically in Hulongan Village. Tapos my thesis in college has something to do with women empowerment. So I was just really wanted to continue it. So feeling ko that's the reward of doing what I'm doing, like seeing the growth of some of the people whom you've helped initially, and then seeing like where the money is going to.
Yeah.
Parang my thesis shows that in college, weird ha, kasi 3 beses ako bumagsak ng thesis. Yun pala yung reason, no?
Yes, please, change it.
So the conclusion was, parang the highest return of investment to community development is by investing in women. So yun. So that's what I'm doing right now. Talagang really investing in women, and then the weavers, the moms, they would use the money for the education of their kids.
Okay.
Ay, galing.
Yes,
Oo.
oo.
Maliban sa pagsuporta pala, I'm sure maraming sumusuporta na sa mga produkto ng Kandama. Ano ba yung ibang alam mo or may suggest mo na paraan para suportahan ng mga indigenous na mga weavers atin sa Pilipinas?
I think in general, parang supporting the ecosystem, even not just our brand, diba? Like other brands, kasi parang we all belong to one ecosystem. So I think collaboration is really key. For those people who are not yet involved in siguro in sustainable fashion and indigenous fashion, maybe like trying some, or like telling their moms or their sisters or their friends to actually wear, I think would be a great idea. Or like sharing any of our advocacies.
Yeah.
And social media would be
Yeah.
a great way of doing it. So parang some of our collaborations, and with other brands, for example, na hindi pa masyadong involved sa sustainable fashion, parang they're open to partnering with us. Like I have this is candle brand called Fur Wicks. Now we're making candles na using of boleros and na may weaves.
Oh,
And
wow.
weaves. Parang something like that.
Oo.
So ganun. So also supporting these kinds of our partnerships too. I
Yes.
guess that would be.
Oh, that's good, And alam naman natin, you are not new when it comes to global fashion events. Ang dami mo na mga fashion shows. Ayan, kung saan pinakita mo, ang ganda talaga, talento na ating mga Pilipino. So, we want to know, meron bang memorable experience wherein, di ba, yung reaction ng mga international audience nung nakita na for the first time itong Kandama Collective.
Before I get to that, but I
Yeah.
also want to mention there are also a lot of machine-made ethnic weaves na pretending to be
Yeah.
handmade weaves, and it's taking away from the livelihood of the weavers.
Yeah.
So siguro yung appeal namin is for the public not to buy these things. I know sometimes it could be cheaper, diba? So pero it's killing the industry. Or even,
Yeah.
for example,
Right,
the weaves.
yeah.
When you print them, you're also using the intellectual property of the community. So yun yung siguro appeal namin for people. Like, if you're not gonna buy our weaves, at least don't buy the fake one.
So, yun nga, any memorable experience, rewarding moment, ayan,
Yeah,
yung nakita mo na parang, eto na, reaction from your international audience when they saw your
Yeah.
Kandama
I think there are
collection.
two specific platforms that are very memorable to me. One was when I did a show in the Eiffel Tower. during Paris Fashion Week. I was with fellow indigenous designers and creatives. So parang I felt the solidarity of the community eh. Na parang at the end of the day, regardless of whether you're Maori or Ifugao or something, parang we have a shared, vision of indigenous peoples like really being respected and ganon, parang being part of the mainstream fashion industry. So, yung I guess like the kilig of different creatives from different communities, yun yung and the kind of support that you feel, ganon. So that's one. The second one is New York Fashion Week. Yun, I think that the show that we did was a bit more mainstream eh. So parang the other designers whom I showcased with were non-indigenous. So it's nice to know that regardless of whether they have indigenous heritage or not, they still appreciate the kind
Yeah.
of fashion that we offer, 'di ba? May mga sustainably conscious consumers
Yes.
na who are black or Caucasians, etc., who appreciate fashion.
Oo.
So ganun, some of our styles and cuts. So I guess like that's the thing that I like.
Ano lang, follow-up
Okay.
lang. Since we are talking about international audience, eto na. So marami ang na-excite nga dahil nga nandito ka sa Dubai and we are so thrilled and happy. What enticed you to share the Kandama artistry dito naman sa Sandpit?
Oo, kasi it's the hottest place on the planet.
Wow.
Literally and
And
figuratively.
yes.
Yeah. I think it's also because there's a bustling Filipino community here.
Yeah,
So
tama ka.
feeling ko, the fact that I also have a lot of friends who are here na, who are really thriving makes me think that, okay, there's a lot of opportunities here in Dubai that is worth exploring.
Meron ka na ba, or I'm sure meron ka, pinaka-kaibang na design na nagawa mo at kumusta man ang pagtanggap nito?
Siguro the most conceptual one that I made was for Pia Wurtzbach for a shoot with Vogue Italia.
Uh-huh.
The concept is called indigenous futurism. So it's very conceptual because there was a message that I wanted to put forth na parang I was inviting everyone to reimagine a world where indigenous peoples are at the front and center of the important aspects of society. Like how would it look like if NASA, for example, is run by an indigenous person, or DENR is actually indigenous, kasi parang indigenous people are the best stewards of the environment.
Yeah.
So why not have indigenous people there and indigenous knowledge?
Yeah.
Diba? And utilize indigenous knowledge. So yun yung siguro the invitation that or the message that I wanted to forward in that particular design, that collection. So it's not very wearable, pero yun, hopefully may mga message na forward from that. And then we also use Pia kasi because of the celebrity status.
Yeah.
And of course, the platform is Vogue Italia, which is into sustainability.
Pero for you, if you can describe kung ano nga ba ang ethos ng Kandama Collective, maybe in three words, how would you describe it?
First word would be power.
What?
Siyempre, Kandama really means power, like
Okay.
diba, facilitating empowerment of both the wearer and the weaver. Second would be collaboration. Kasi parang feeling ko in order to really preserve culture, preserve the environment, and to provide livelihood to indigenous women in particular, you need an ecosystem collaboration eh. Parang it can't just be like one brand working on it. Should be the, all of the stakeholders coming together to address the problem. And the third one would be innovation. Kasi we have to appeal to the current market. And if you want to engage the younger generation too, you have to modernize, you have to innovate things, di ba?
Ay, para naman sa ating mga listeners ngayon na kakarinig lang sa iyo at saka hindi masyadong naka-follow sa iyo, meron ka bang mga platforms na pwede ka nilang i-follow, like social media pages, saan ka ba nila makita or makontak?
Largely, Instagram is our most active platform talaga.
Okay.
So there's Kandama Collective, and then there's also Kandama Collective.Dubai.
Mhm.
So for the pieces that are exclusive in Dubai, and we're happy to make some pieces na talagang, just for Dubai.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I'm here too, parang for R&D to see like, what's the best fabric, and what are the better cuts, specifically for the Dubai weather, and what are the needs of, like the people here are. So those are the platforms that they could look into. And then we also have Facebook, of course, at Kandama Collective. Can I plug one more thing that we're looking into? So we're looking at putting together a connecting sustainable fashion and sustainable tourism. Right?
Oh, wow.
So we are launching Kandama Tours. Yeah, the concept of which is we want to bring or to invite the rest of the world to Ifugao, to Hulongan Village specifically, so they can see and meet the women and how they make the fabric. So before we bring the weaves outside to the world, we bring it to Cannes, to Paris, to New York, etc. Now we want the world to come to Hulongan.
I love it! Magsa-sign up na ako kagad.
Agad-agad.
Oo, hindi kasi parang, di ba, there's
Yeah.
more personalized, especially
Yes.
if you get to buy your Kandama Collective clothings. Di ba, makikita mo kung sino talaga
Exactly.
ang gumawa niya in the story.
Na it's
behind
authentic
that.
talaga. diba?
Authentic, yes. At syempre, ayan na, pina-excite mo na kami, Victor. So, are there other exciting projects, collaborations from Kandama that the community
Yeah.
can look forward to? Meron ka bang mga, maybe expect some fashion shows here in the future?
Oh, why not?
Oo, di ba?
Around early next year. Let's see. We're definitely looking into that. But some of the collaborations that we have, yung Kandama Tours, so we're collaborating with another tour agency. They're called like Mad Travel, and meron pang isa. So we're just like weighing kung ano yung which one's a better partner for us. The second one yung sa candles. Yung mga candles.
Yes.
So we're getting to like homeware too.
Yes.
So siguro that's our entry point. And then I'm not sure if I can say it now, but definitely some other designers out there whom we're looking at. And if in case you do not know, so I'm also a TOYM awardee. So we're collaborating with mga TOYM awardees too.
Oh, wow.
So we're putting something together. So again, exclusive din naman for you.
For tag
For
91.1.
tag. I'll update you kumusta na siya.
Okay, ayan, there you have it. Grabe, ang dami nating nalaman from Victor Baguilat Jr. Thank you so much, the founder and CEO of Kandama Collective. Alam mo, isa lang ang masasabi namin sa'yo, Victor.
Iba ka, kabayan.
Tag 91.1 Pinoy talaga!